You woke up this morning feeling like you were run over by a municipal waste truck. Your head is splitting. Your stomach has filed a formal complaint. And you're currently questioning every decision you have made since approximately 9 p.m. last night. You think you feel bad because you made poor choices. Biologically, you feel bad because your liver's hazardous waste disposal team ran out of mop buckets at 2 a.m. I am Dr. Robert. Today, we are not discussing your regrets. We are discussing the chemistry behind them. When you consume ethanol, which is the specific alcohol found in every drink your brain enthusiastically agreed to last night, your body routes it immediately to the liver. The brain, for context, is having a magnificent time. Ethanol triggers a surge of dopamine, reduces social anxiety, and convinces the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for judgment, to take the rest of the evening off. The brain is dancing. The brain has no concerns. The liver does not dance. To the liver, ethanol is not a celebration. It is a toxic solvent, chemically similar to the kind of substance you would use to strip paint. And it has just arrived in massive quantities that need to be broken down, processed, and eliminated before it does serious structural damage. The liver doesn't care that it was your buddy's bachelor party. It doesn't care that the first round was free. It clocked in, activated its enzyme workforce, and began the most thankless shift in human biology. The problem is what happens next. Here is where the chemistry becomes genuinely unfortunate. To dismantle ethanol, the liver deploys an enzyme called alcohol dehydrogenase. This enzyme grabs the ethanol molecule and begins breaking it apart. Efficient, professional, exactly what you'd want. Except the first byproduct of that breakdown, the intermediate step, is a compound called acetaldehyde. And acetaldehyde is not less toxic than alcohol. It is 10 to 30 times more toxic than the alcohol itself. To save you from the poison, your body's first step is to temporarily convert it into a significantly worse poison. Evolution, as I have said before, is rarely elegant. Acetaldehyde is what is actually responsible for most of what you are currently experiencing. The sweating, the racing heart, the nausea, the very specific kind of full-body regret that no amount of water seems to fix. That is not the alcohol anymore. The liver already dismantled most of that. That is the toxic intermediate sitting in your system while the liver scrambles to deal with it. Under normal circumstances, this is a temporary problem. The liver has a plan. It has a neutralizing agent on standby. The issue is that the neutralizing agent has a strictly limited supply, and you, last night, were not operating within those limits. The liver's plan for acetaldehyde is a molecule called glutathione, one of the most important antioxidants your body produces. Under normal conditions, the moment acetaldehyde appears, glutathione is right there to neutralize it, converting into a harmless compound that can be safely excreted. It is a remarkably well-designed system. The limitation is this. Your liver only stores a finite amount of glutathione at any one time, and the faster you drink, the faster that reserve depletes. Once it runs out, the neutralization process does not pause politely and wait for your liver to restock. The acetaldehyde keeps arriving, and with nothing left to contain it, the factory makes the decision that all overwhelmed factories eventually make. It dumps the excess directly into the supply chain. Your liver is an impressively efficient processing plant. But like any plant, when the supply chain breaks down and the waste starts stacking up, management does not stop production. They rerouted it. The rerouting, in this case, goes directly into your bloodstream. The bloodstream then delivers that toxic waste to the rest of your body, which responds in the only rational way available to it, catastrophically. While the liver is managing its containment crisis, two other systems in your body have been quietly creating additional problems you haven't even noticed yet. The first is your kidneys. Alcohol suppresses a hormone called antidiuretic hormone, ADH, which is normally responsible for telling your kidneys to retain water. With ADH suppressed, your kidneys stop conserving fluid and begin excreting it at an accelerated rate. This is why you spent a significant portion of last night visiting the bathroom. And it is why, this morning, you are severely dehydrated. The dehydration has a direct consequence for your brain. Brain tissue is largely water. As fluid levels drop, brain volume decreases slightly. And as it does, it pulls on the meningeal membranes that connect it to the interior of the skull. That pulling sensation is your headache. It is not metaphorical. Your brain is, in a limited but measurable sense, physically smaller than it was yesterday. The second issue is inflammation. Acetaldehyde circulating through the bloodstream is recognized by the immune system as a foreign threat. The immune system responds the way it always responds to threats, by triggering a broad inflammatory cascade. Cytokines are released. Blood vessels dilate. The whole system goes to elevated alert. This is why you feel feverish, why your muscles ache, why everything feels vaguely wrong in a way that is difficult to explain but impossible to ignore. A hangover, stripped of any moral dimension, is simply this: a simultaneous toxic waste spill and a whole-body dehydration event, with your immune system setting off the fire alarm throughout. You may be wondering about solutions. There are many products that claim to accelerate this process. There are greasy meals, coffee, electrolyte powders, and an entire supplement industry built around the morning after. None of them manufacture glutathione faster. None of them rehydrate brain tissue in under 4 hours. None of them remove acetaldehyde from circulation ahead of the liver's on schedule. The only clinically supported interventions are water, time, and, if you're open to it, a brief moment of quiet reflection on the sequence of events that brought you here. I'm Dr. Robert. I'll see you in the next breakdown.